Cerebral Fit is a solutions-based company. We're often thought of as a technology company, but we do use technology and functional medicine to help bring people personalized solutions to their healthcare challenges. Our main organ that we treat is the brain, but the brain being the master organ, it kind of runs everything in the body. It runs the digestion, it runs your thermal regulation, it runs your physiology, it runs your hormones, and that's why we decided to take on the brain as kind of our primary organ. And our perspective is really more about helping to produce health than it is about combating disease. And so we can do two things with the helmet. We can just put light energy or photons into the brain, increase mitochondrial activity, we can give it more energy with more fuel. But the helmet also has entrainment, so we can set it to different frequencies. So we might ask a brain that's a little overactive to move into a 10 hertz or an alpha, which is kind of an offline rhythm. Or, is often the case in our aging brain, the brain starts to slow down. And so we actually need more of the faster frequencies where our cognition and kind of the meta-organization of brain activity happens in gamma. And then when we come to the nasal laser, so that's literally a laser that is put in the nose. And the reason that's done is the nasal membrane is very thin, so it doesn't take very much light power to get it into the blood to be able to irradiate the blood. The primary benefit here would be irradiating the mitochondria that are free-floating in the blood. And by irradiating the mitochondria, we get an increase in ATP, which is energy. So we increase energy production. So for those of us who tend to run around being kind of tired, that's just a benefit right there. But also, when the body has extra energy, it'll tend to use that for repair and regeneration. So our next device is the audiovisual entrainment. We use the David Delight Pro as our primary device. It has 25 protocols on it, so it gives us a range of ways to affect the brain. This is using photic entrainment through a set of eyeglasses. And same idea, we stimulate a nerve to fire. When that nerve fires, the neurons around it will tend to fire along with it. So we get large pools of neurons firing at a specific rate. So when we use the pulse light through the eyes, we can speak the language of the brain to shift brain state and brain function. Most people think about themselves in terms of their symptoms. I have anxiety, I have mild cognitive decline. And the reason we can treat all of these conditions is we're not treating the condition, we're treating health. Improving energy production in the brain, reducing inflammation, we're increasing blood flow, we're increasing nutrients. By adding to the vitality of the brain, what we find is these things that we call symptoms just start to fade away.